Alright, gamer's getting caught.
From the most infamous speedrunner of all time to the incredible antics of Clara.
Clara!
Buckle up for a
We
brand
love
new
Clara.
installment of Gamers Caught Cheating.
The one that started it all.
I don't know why, but it seems all too common for Call of Duty cheaters to also take butt photos for OnlyFans. Angelina is no different. She's a professional COD player, but you wouldn't guess it from her COD X account,
Is that from Cold
which is
War?
filled with thirst
It looked
traps.
like it.
Her drift from the gaming scene could well be down to the fallout of her stint with esports team Efficiency
I think that was
Gaming.
recent too, that clip.
See, Efficiency had brought Angelina in as a temporary player in 2023 for WXC qualifiers, a women's Call of Duty tournament. Players quickly noticed that her gameplay was more than a little suspect.
Wait a minute.
Last minute.
Yeah, she pretty clearly tracked that guy through several walls. It seems that her gameplay remained sus throughout the event, leading to the issue being raised with Efficiency themselves. The team investigated and ultimately confirmed those cheating allegations with this post. The group completely distanced
They become aware of her incident during the qualifiers. Okay, so
themselves
they
from
actually made a
Angelina,
full statement.
reminding fans that she was only a fill-in for a player on mental health leave. The woman herself vehemently denied the accusations, maintaining that she was a legitimate player. Well, she said that, but also bizarrely admitted to signing up for a cheat service a
Oh my
short
god.
time later.
How'd they get that?
Hey,
How'd
but
they,
don't worry.
wait. How'd they get that thing though? How'd they get the... So yeah, in 2021 I'd signed up because someone mentioned it and I looked, but obviously I didn't buy shit. I never cheated in Cold War or Modern Warfare 2. I just made an account but never bought anything. There'll be a PC check later by Call of Duty, hopefully by Shane Thor or someone.
Admitted to signing up for a cheat service a short time later. Hey, but don't worry, guys. She swears that she was just curious and never bought any hacks. Right. And I've never used shoddy AI in my videos. These days, Angelina is still playing COD, but her gaming career is far less prevalent than her
Damn.
cringe nudie posts asking losers if they want to be her boyfriend.
That's unfortunate.
Now, I thought that now would be a good time to dive a little deeper into some of the software that these scumbags use. I've talked a lot about Aimbots, hacks that automatically lock onto enemies and allow for easy, precise
Holy.
eliminations. So, the very first
You,
Aimbots
wait.
were based
You're
around
gonna put a
RG
clip of Nick
elimination.
Mercs in there?
So, the very
mean-
first Aimbots were based around
I don't think
RGB
so.
settings. Put simply, they'd lock on to whatever color the player dictated, usually whatever one appears most on the heads of enemy models. Obviously, that's not ideal. There are many circumstances where that color would be reused on level architecture. So, rather than locking onto an enemy, a player could wind up aiming at a wall. The next iteration of the software would combine the technology with something called a content hack, which uses altered settings. Players were able to modify graphics settings, highlighting enemies and allies in specific bright colors of their choosing. That way, not only can enemies be seen through walls, but the color aimbot can be trained on the selected color. No more shooting at bushes.
Oh my god.
Eventually, these software evolved into client hook aimbots. These are closer to the modern form your favorite streamer uses daily. Client hooks tinker with the game files
Bro, we're just getting way
directly,
too advanced.
removing weapon recoil, making walls transparent, and of course, tracking enemy players via game memory. This form would be upgraded into graphics driver aimbots. These up-to-date hacks pinpoint three-dimensional coordinates of all players at any given time, allowing the user to snap to them whenever they like. Heck, these can be programmed to target specific players, keep them in sight, and fire only when they come into unobstructed
That's
view.
crazy.
Wouldn't want to be
Oh my god.
too obvious, eh? And now it's time to take a look at some real-life losers using these underhanded tactics. Some cheaters
There's
are
no
so
way
confident,
everyone's
they're
doing
more
this,
than
right?
willing to
No
rub their
way.
antics
I mean,
in people's faces.
the amount of people that get banned on a daily basis and those who don't get banned on a daily basis, anything's possible.
Call of Duty has had a hacking problem for as long as anybody can remember.
True.
Publisher Activision seems completely incapable or unwilling to properly solve the issue.
True.
And their anti-cheat software just ain't up to snuff.
True.
Don't believe me? Well, in January 2021, a player named Hidden NT Cloud streamed some Warzone gameplay on Twitch. Let's take a look, shall we?
Dude,
Get
really?
100 kills, I'll drop $100. No.
Whack ass money. Keep your money.
Dude, I wonder how long it's gonna take to get banned.
What? Honestly,
That's
bro, if it's
ridiculous.
like a shadow ban, they'll be on a different account.
I don't think I've ever seen a more brazen hacker. Cloud laughed at viewers, claiming that he was basically untouchable. He believed Activision couldn't stop him, and that he'd keep on cheating on other accounts if they ever did catch up to him.
Holy shit.
Hey, look, it's old DMR, it's back.
With both Aimbot and Wallhacks, Cloud was unbeatable.
Oops.
The cocky
This one.
worm managed to garner quite a sizable audience for his escapades, leading many angry viewers to alert Activision support. By some miracle, they actually took notice and banned the guy. But remember, Cloud wasn't worried, was he? He went on to rant about how he wasn't going to stop, trying to spin his antics as some kind of weird protest. Frankly, I think he was just embarrassed. And he should
What
be.
the
I knew
frick?
kids that acted like him in middle school, but their frontal lobes have since developed. Hopefully Activision pulls their finger out and actually deals with cheaters permanently
Yeah,
going forward.
it's becoming a problem.
Mr. Golds
More
is
than
another
ever.
famous COD streamer who was caught red-handed. At his peak, his Twitch streams boasted a respectable average of 2,000 live viewers,
Wow.
where he routinely bragged about how good he was at Call of Duty Warzone. But during a stream from August 2020, one of his viewers noticed something strange on his screen. Can you see what their cursor is pointing at?
Have you ever seen anyone playing like me? It's like seriously.
Yep. While Mr. Golds was shamelessly bragging about how he's so good he doesn't need to cheat, he had the cheating software Engine Owning running in the background. Engine Owning is an app that freely admits it sells cheat software for many games,
And it's still
including
around, I
Call of
think.
Duty, like their Aim at Enemies hack, which Mr. Golds clearly had set to on in the background.
Ladies and gentlemen,
We got him.
we got him.
Best meme of all
After he
time,
was
by the way.
rightfully exposed, Mr. Golds' channel received temporary suspension as Twitch's guidelines ban the streaming of cheats in any online games. That temporary suspension seems to have become a little less temporary. In 2025, his channel still shows as unavailable.
Wow.
But see, I'm pretty sure he was unbanned at one point. Streams charts shows his final stream as being a cryptocurrency
Oh,
one
and
from
they always go to
2022.
crypto, man.
Did he do
Like, a lot of these channels, whether they're untouched, unused, or whatever, they go to cryptocurrency. I don't get it.
something else to get banned? He can't be banned for cheating in crypto, right? That's basically the whole point. If you know anything about what's happened, let me know down in the comments. And if you have any other stories of gamers caught cheating, send them to my email at cheating@beamazed.com. But to my mind,
Who
no
else do we
Call of
got?
Duty streamer is a worse example for the community than Wagnificent. A longtime player, Nick Wagner had quite the career. Heck, back in 2020, he was caught in the very first ban wave targeting players using the engine-owning cheat software.
But a lot of people who are, like, actually good at the game, right? For example, TP, right? He's, like, 3-time, 4-time Call of Duty world champion. He's been shadowed several times, right? There are so many people who are legit, who have won world champions in Call of Duty who have been shadow banned. It's absurd.
What a lineage. He was unbanned shortly afterwards, after all, with a huge number of counts affected. It was totally possible it was some mistake, right? Man, the awkward silence. He doesn't even act surprised. He knows exactly what's coming.
That or he's irritated. We can't say that for sure. This guy was good back in the day. I don't know if he's still doing anything now, but... Oh my god.
Bro, I just got banned.
And the kicker? The second ban occurred a little over a month later. If Activision had doubts about his cheating the first time, they must have removed them pretty quickly. In an absolutely hysterical response, the elite gamer claimed that the ban amounted to defamation and threatened to get his lawyers involved.
I'm not saying he is cheating or he isn't, but what I'm saying is if they have proved on LAN, right, in Call of Duty, Apex, League, Counter-Strike, that they are good, they should not be banned. It's living proof, and it happened IRL at a stage where everyone else is.
Naturally,
shouldn't be
no
banned.
such legal action was taken. In the years since, Wagnificent has been unbanned, shadow banned, created new accounts, and even been invited to participate in tournaments. All that after supposedly a permanent ban. Activision definitely has some explaining to do, if you ask me.
I think this guy's hard
This
stuck
man's
on
illustrious
WAG.
career would come to an end in 2024 when he stepped away from Call of Duty. Stepped away suspiciously after another huge ban wave, that is. I think it's safe to say that he was caught yet again and just decided enough was enough. But what's he up to these days? What would perfectly suit his skill set as a zero-talent no-hoper who had to cheat in Call of Duty? Yeah, he's a crypto bro.
No way.
Congrats, Wag. Onwards and upwards.
Oh,
Maybe his next career move will be urinal cake taste tester.
Jesus Christ.
Now, cheating in video games isn't a crime, but the way streamer Miss Q Gemini tried to cover up her blatant cheating absolutely felt like one. This young, ambitious gamer regularly streamed herself playing
notorious
the
clip, by the way.
ferociously competitive Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or CSGO for short, which is an online multiplayer first-person shooter game. However, back in 2017, she started her stream with a huge rant about how she'd been unfairly accused of cheating.
You know what's really sad? That sometimes, because I'm female in Counter-Strike, people are like, you're cheating! What? Shut the fuck up!
Way to tell off those pesky
Yeah,
trolls.
you tell them.
But then, during a game's warm-up phase, she seemed to forget that the world could see her screen, and she brought up a cheat software menu. After hitting the load coding button, all of her rivals' ranks and locations suddenly began appearing through the walls. For those who don't play CSGO, I can tell you now, this ain't normal. It's called a wall hack, which allows players to locate their opponents through solid objects in the game's arena. Hacks like this are a sneaky way of gaining the upper hand in multiplayer shooter games, and Miss Q Gemini's viewers were quick to pick up on it. But
good for them.
blissfully unaware she'd been caught,
As they should pick
she
up on
continued
it.
to play and, even worse, lose. And it's at this point that she finally realized what she'd done, as you can see from her facial expressions.
We're trying to not be a noob.
Here goes. Word for it. Realization.
After being caught red-handed, you'd think that this would be time to fess up, right? Well, take a listen to the cringey
She actually did that?
excuses
Wait, that was
start
actually
falling
legit?
out of her mouth.
Or she brought over her thing?
Do you guys ever get that weird glitch in CSGO where it shows your rank?
That was a lie.
Clara, give me 1 second.
Clara. Yep.
Let me just message this girl. Give me 1 second.
Clara.
She promised me she didn't use it on my PC. This is what happens when you let people use your PC.
Sure,
That's nice.
I let everyone use my PC all the time just so they can download whatever, Like, I want this computer to be as buggy as possible.
Clara.
Oh, God.
Clara.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't Clara.
Like, if she actually brought this screen up on her stream, it's not Clara's fault.
that we
I'm
watched
sure we'll blame
load the
Clara.
cheat code at the beginning of this game. After that, Miss Q Gemini guiltily abandoned the match, and her CSGO account was eventually slapped with an anti-cheat ban. But
Good.
following massive backlash from the streaming community, her Twitch account also disappeared soon after, along with any chance she ever had of making it as a pro gamer.
Well deserved.
Clara has taken on a life of her own, becoming a rather infamous meme. Anytime a gamer is caught cheating or generally playing
I
in
know
an
this too.
unsportsmanlike manner, you're likely to find commenters blaming that damn Clara. These days, Gemini sporadically uploads to a small YouTube channel called Pookie Pie, aka Thoughty. She's clearly trying to hide from her past, opting to use an AI profile picture. Whatever she's trying to do, people are hardly flocking to her new endeavor. With under 300 subscribers and just 8 videos, I think it's safe to say Clara has a lot to answer for. There's something so satisfying about watching a hacker get caught live on stream. Just ask Tokibi. So, what did she do?
What?
They're like fish. Ooh,
Oh,
that's
shit.
a lot. On A. Okay, Viper might be good here. Ah, they dinged him. That's so unlucky.
That's right. It wasn't Tokibi who was cheating. She wound up matched against a hacker live on stream.
I was gonna say, like, the
It took her a
headshots?
second to catch on.
Oh, NT.
I'm pretty sure the chamber's cheating.
You think so?
Yeah, he shot his first classic bullet through the mid doors without him seeing me. It hit me right on the body. I've never played someone this insane.
I wish certain games like Counter-Strike and Valorant would have a replay feature where you could see. I mean, obviously you can go back and rewatch it, but like you could see the actual replay of when you got hit.
If he's just like radiant. Wait, actually 18-1. Yeah, he's
That's
cheating.
crazy.
Kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, they're cheating. Vinny, cheating. 18-1 in gold. No cap.
No Kia.
Oh no.
Just knows where people are.
Wait, that's why he's not afraid to flank. Wait, he's
Damn.
cheating. He's cheating. He has to be cheating. He's 20-1.
Yeah, the real Vinny Nate over here seemed to have both aimbots and wall hacks on.
No one peek until they plant somewhere. I think he's gonna be pushed up somewhere. He's behind us.
Dude, there are games where it takes strategy and skill to be good. Other games, it takes no skill whatsoever.
He's right here.
So why cheat? Wow. Look at that.
Let's go.
Look at that.
Let's freaking go. We called it. We called it. Tell him. Holy moly. Let's go. Let's go. Goodbye, Vinny.
Thankfully, Valorant anti-cheat stepped up and banned
And
the
Valorant's anti-cheat is so much better than most right now, for what I know of, which is good. But why can't other games be just as good as Valorant's?
no-hoper right then and there. Man,
Unless I don't
this
know
dingus
something,
was hoping to
then
just cheat in
educate
some
me.
random lobbies. He didn't count on getting humiliated in front of a live audience. Valorant's Vanguard anti-cheat, while often criticized for being overly invasive, definitely seems to deal with hackers in a timely fashion. Take notes, Call of Duty. Game developers often stream games they're working on as an awesome way of interacting with the game's community. But these developers usually have special abilities other players don't, which can look like cheats, as
I remember this
Joshua
too.
Autenil Kriegshauer awkwardly discovered back in 2017. The technical director of the battle royale game H1Z1
Technically, he wasn't
decided
cheating.
to stream the match he was playing with his friends on Twitch. But when he blasted through a rival group of players, their reactions shocked him.
It was a mistake.
What's happening? Why are you cheating? Really, dude? You're cheating?
A dead cheating.
Wait, can you not see him?
You can't see me?
Oh, he is.
Oh my god, am I hidden? Oh my god.
Oh, I see you.
Can you guys hear me? See me? Oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oof. Cheating like that definitely
I mean,
isn't a
it
good
was
look for a
unintentional.
developer. Although it seems like he genuinely forgotten to turn off his special cloak of invisibility. Either that or he just really wanted to show those 12-year-olds who was boss.
That's so messed up.
It seems easy to cheat in an online game, but somehow losers manage to do it during real-life events too. The
You're gonna
Pokemon
cheat in
trading
an
card
IRL?
game is
Oh
a
my gosh.
massive phenomenon. I'm sure you've seen all those cringe videos of grown men fighting for cards.
Hey,
But it
it's
seems
not cringe. They are actually worth something, thank you.
Cheating at their official tournaments is just as big a problem. With valuable cards and cash prizes up for grabs, it's unsurprising some greasy freaks take their chances with cheating. Watch this greasy freak and see if you can spot what he does.
Here I come. Here I come.
Wait, what?
Did you catch that?
No.
He takes a look through his discard pile where all the used up cards go and sneakily takes a card out and hides it under the table. Then he subtly brought the card up and added it to his hand.
Oh my
What
god.
a rat. This awful act took place in the 2024 World Championships, no less. A commenter on this clip pointed out that, to make matters worse, the cheater is using a professor playmat. Professors are officially sanctioned Pokemon TCG judges, organizers, and demonstrators who volunteer to help the community.
Oh my God.
This guy is a trusted figure of the scene who betrayed that trust by being scum, or it's somebody that bought one of those exclusive mats for hundreds of dollars. I don't know which is worse. Regardless, once this clip got out, the loser, Eduardo Ruiz, was dropped by a Mexican Pokemon TCG collective called El Calabozo Coleccionables. There's no word on whether he was dropped by his team or disqualified from the event, but I reckon we can safely assume.
Bro, how are you gonna do that?
A year prior, during a 2023 regional tournament in Sweden, Oliver Barnett and Lasse Puisto were selected to appear in a feature match. Now, a feature match is a live-streamed game between two well-performing players for viewers back home to enjoy. So obviously, fans can expect some high-level, intense gameplay. What they don't expect to see is players blatantly cheating. See, during this feature match, Barnett defeated an opponent's Pokemon, which allowed him to take a prize card. These cards are face down and chosen at random. Whatever the card the player picks gets added back to their hand, creating new opportunities for future plays.
Okay.
So, when viewers saw Barnett pick up a prize, look at it, decide he didn't want it, and then choose the other one, they were ticked. But incredibly, judges didn't care that he cheated. Zero consequences came for Barnett, and he never even made a statement about the situation. Hell, it seems more and more like a cover-up. The stream that showed the match has since been deleted.
Yeah,
I can't even find out whether Barnett won the match or not. And believe me, I've tried. If any of you saw the match and know how it ended, please let me know in the comments. Or if you have more stories suitable for this video,
it's supposed to be at random for a reason, man.
But it's not just Pokemon TCG that suffers cheaters. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has to put up with them as well. Perhaps most infamous was the 2024 Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship in Las Vegas. The entire event seemed to be a hotbed for scum and villainy. Now, it's not uncommon to misplay in Yu-Gi-Oh! And accidentally cheat. It's a super complex game. But this? Now let me break it down. A top player, Oscar, summons his monster in Zone 5, the one on the end. The bottom player, Michel, picks up the card to read it, which is fine, but he puts it back in a different monster zone.
Oh my God.
4. Why does that matter? Because then Michel then summons relinquished anima in the extra monster zone. It can snatch Oscar's monster. See, anima can only grab monsters it is directly in front of, and it can only be summoned in the extra monster zone.
Oh my God.
By misplacing Oscar's card in that exact spot, he was giving himself a huge advantage. Oscar quickly realized that Michel illegally moved the monsters, and the judges ordered it moved back.
Good.
Everybody makes mistakes though, right?
No.
Sure. But this guy then went on to do the exact same thing in the third game of the match. Again, the cheat was quickly corrected, but dude, seriously? Not only are you being streamed...
You know what I hated back in the day, now that I'm thinking about and watching this Yu-Gi-Oh! Clip, is I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In lunch all the time, right? But it was that thing of whenever whoever, like my friends or whatever, would grab the card and they would just like grab it and bend it and they're looking at it and they keep like fidgeting. I'm like, why are you doing that to my cards? Right? I could have easily grabbed their cards and ripped it and then we would have had an issue.
Live, but you've already been caught for this once.
It irritated me now.
How
I don't
does
know
it
why.
feel that the whole world knows how much you stink? But it's not just physical card games that suffer. Ooh,
memory unlocked.
Digital ones too.
That's what happened.
Hearthstone is an incredibly popular digital strategy card game which has close to 24 million active players around the world. And unlike a regular game of cards, you can't cheat by sneaking cards out of your discard pile or misplacing your opponent's monster. But back in 2015, during the Hearthstone Pinnacle 2 tournament, pro player Rafael Hosty Santilli found a way around this. As part of the professional esports team Archon, Hosty was one of just 6 players invited to compete in the tournament.
I think when they find a way around something, they already figured it out. They knew how to do it.
His match
They just
with
didn't
Team Nylum's Adrian life coach Coy
bring it
was
up all the
live
time.
streamed for all the world to see. But partway through, viewers suddenly noticed something strange in Hosty's background.
Rookie.
I was gonna say Wrath. Wow.
Whoa.
That's a bit surprising to me.
That's surprising to me too.
Embarrassingly, Hosty's setup was being reflected in the picture frame behind him, showing he was looking at 2 separate monitors. And one of them had the tournament
the other
live
guy's stream
on
up?
it, meaning Hosty had full view of life coach's hand. This is what's known as stream sniping.
Stream sniping.
And it's the digital version of peeking at your opponent's cards.
Dude.
Allegations immediately flooded the internet, and in a matter of hours, Team Archon dropped Hosty from their roster like a hot, cheating potato. Hosty later admitted to having the stream up on the second monitor, but argued that because the stream was on a 10-minute delay, it didn't help him gain an advantage, considering he lost to life coach.
He had a 10-minute delay and he still lost. Oh my god, biggest scum. Biggest scum of the planet.
If Hosty was really trying to cheat, this was a hilariously terrible attempt.
Literally, you cheat with a 10-minute delay.
Rather fishy stories today, but this one takes the cake. A Japanese content creator named Mute Kimaru had an idea. See, lots of people stream video games online, but what if someone had their pet fish stream games online?
What?
Mute Kimaru set up a video feed of his fish tank using motion tracking software to translate their movements into button inputs. If the fish entered a section of the tank, his console would register the appropriate button presses. And the fish became pretty well known online, managing to complete Pokemon Sapphire in its entirety.
That's actually sick.
And even found a glitch in the game that had remained undiscovered for 18 years.
Oh no, I knew about that
With this setup
glitch.
established, the next game Mute Kimaru had in mind was Pokemon Violet. So the mastermind booted up the game on his Nintendo Switch, set up the live stream, and left them to it, like always. Would the guild gamers be able to complete the game? No, but it wasn't really their fault. Anybody that's played Pokemon Violet or Scarlet is painfully aware of how buggy, broken, and poorly made the games are. So, surprise, surprise,
I can
the
see where this
attempt
is
came
going.
to an end when the game crashed abruptly. But the stream continued. The fish carried on swimming, now freed from the confines of the game, and viewers watched in hysterics as the fish ran rampant across the console, exploring the homepage, and even changing his Switch account name to Ro-wa-wa-wa-wa-wa. But it got worse. We've covered countless cheaters and frauds in this series, but never anything like this. Live on stream, the fish navigated to the eShop and successfully purchased 500 yen of store credit.
Oh my god.
$3.40. Yeah, that's right. The fish committed credit card fraud live on stream via Nintendo
That is
console.
gold.
And what's more, when the fish made the incriminating purchase, it just so happened to flash Mute Kimaru's card details.
Oh my
to the
god.
world. Thankfully, Nintendo granted a refund to our hero after he explained that the purchase had actually been made by his pet fish.
Could you imagine trying to explain that to your credit card company and Nintendo saying, look, I was doing this with my fish and this happened. Here's the footage. Could you imagine trying to explain this? Oh my lord.
Imagine getting that support ticket.
I don't even know.
Like Fortnite, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PUBG for short, is a battle royale style game that has a huge problem with hackers. Since it was released in 2017, most of the cheats used in this game revolve around improving a player's accuracy or speed. But there's one cheat that's so hilariously dumb, even famous streamer Michael Shroud Jajcik simply couldn't resist getting involved with it.
Shroud looks
With
so
more than
different
9
here, by the
million
way.
followers on Twitch, this professional streamer racks up tens of thousands of views per stream. And this meant there were plenty of witnesses when he joined in with the hijinks of this group of hackers back in 2018.
He's busy. I'm busy. What the hell?
Now, just like in the real world, cars in PUBG aren't meant to fly like that, but Shroud couldn't resist the offer of a free
COD had the
ride.
same issue
Shit, can you take me to the zone?
several years ago.
Yeah. I actually sell these cheats for
Wait, don't say.
Unfortunately, after this, Shroud hit a dead end. Like Fortnite, PUBG has a very strict no-cheating policy that it enforces indiscriminately, and the ban hammer came down on Shroud's account for a whole month. He later apologized and admitted he knew what he was doing, but that he just wanted to have a little fun.
Everyone wants to
it's
have a
hard
little
blame
fun.
him. After all, if someone offered you the chance to ride in a flying car,
Yes.
it'd be pretty hard to turn down, right?
Correct. I'd
And
take it
while
in a
some people
heartbeat.
out there may claim it, there's never been any proof that Shroud uses cheats himself. I guess he really is just that good. Some fake speedrunners are in it for clout, but others aren't content with just that. Jadiwi is a Pokemon speedrunner who emerged on the scene in 2023. He started out simply posting screenshots of his time in various games on social media. They were good, but not records. However, the times he posted got shorter and shorter over just a few weeks. He quickly began posting times that require incredible luck and pinpoint precise play. Next, he started streaming his record attempts in the different Pokemon games. He ultimately streamed an attempt of Pokemon Red, where he completed the game in an astounding 1 hour, 43 minutes, and 52 seconds, a new world record. But eyebrows were still raised, and another record holder, Wave Warrior, asked Jadiwi to reset his game after the run was finished. Jadiwi simply ended the stream and later commented he didn't see the request and lamented how he was now sus.
Oh my god.
Why did Wave want him to reset on stream? Well, it
To
had
prove
proved
he
that
was
he was
cheating.
playing the game live and wasn't simply showing a pre-made video made up of spliced clips. So, given how suspicious it seemed, a full investigation was launched into Jadiwi and his many Pokemon speedruns. It was eventually found that Jadiwi had absolutely spliced his runs together. Clips were
Dude,
taken
I
from
swear
various
we
attempts
just
and
don't know
edited
what we're
together
doing.
to make the perfect run, then streamed as though it was a live attempt. Those screenshots of times he posted before his records weren't actual results, just a story arc to make his progression seem believable. But, like I alluded to earlier, he wasn't just doing this for clout. See, in the speedrunning community, people will occasionally put out bounties, community challenges that have cash prizes for completion. Jadiwi had contacted bounty posters privately to inquire about the logistics of claiming the rewards. He was after the dough the whole time. In fact, if he hadn't been found out, he would have claimed over $8,000 in prize money. But before the investigative report could even be posted,
Oh
Jadiwi confessed.
my god.
He claimed that he hated cheaters too, was very sorry, and never cared about the money. Sure.
Sure he didn't.
Riolu is probably the single most infamous speedrunner in gaming. His game of choice is Trackmania, and at one point, he was the best of the best. In fact, Riolu held a whole heap of world record times. Notice I used the past tense there. You see, back in 2021, community member Donadingo released a tool that
That's a
allowed
sick name,
users to
Donadingo.
analyze Trackmania speedruns. Specifically, it added an overlay showing the controller inputs of players as they raced. Overnight, swaths of record holders were found to be illegitimate. But how? Well, their inputs were fast. Impossibly fast. Essentially, they'd used cheats to play the game in slow motion and sped the footage back up to post it to make it look like normal. With all that extra time to react in slow motion...
I mean, I have seen people use SCUF controllers and like other ones where you just have to tap on the where you're holding it on the in your palms. It's possible now. So
it was easy peasy to get those
maybe do
crazy
another look
records.
at it.
The only side
Maybe.
effect was that their controller inputs were sped up too. And yes, Riolo himself was caught out. Trackmania's golden child was suddenly its greatest villain. Literally thousands of records had been set by the guy over years of playing, and a huge number of them had been cheated like this. His records were wiped, and Riolu disappeared into the wind, ruined. But shortly after, two new users appeared out of nowhere and started setting brand new records.
Of course they
92
did.
Bob and Eddie I were immediately shady. They used rare in-game skins, the same rare controller, and logged in at the same times Riolu did. When 92 Bob was accused of being Riolu, he disappeared, and Eddie I started playing more. When Eddie was accused, Well, back to Bob. But
He
the craziest
keeps
part,
showing up again,
even without
dude.
cheating, Riolu was a phenomenal player. There was never anything stopping him from apologizing, starting from scratch, and rehabilitating his image. He was good. He was more than capable of achieving legit world record times, but no, that would require self-reflection. Maybe he just enjoyed being hated.
I mean, maybe some people like that.
100 million
Maybe they
monthly
do.
players. League of Legends is one of the largest online multiplayer games in the world. For those who don't know, it involves two teams battling it out to occupy and defend their half of the map. And to do this, players have to strategically attack or hide from the other team. But professional esports team Azubu Frost found an inventive way around this back in 2012. During the Season 2 World Championships, Azubu Frost faced off against Team Solo Mid. From the get-go, the match was plagued by technical issues, which caused multiple pauses. But during these pauses, members of Team Azubu Frost sneakily checked out the mini-map that was being broadcast on the huge stadium screen
how'd they do that?
behind them.
Wait,
And this
wait,
allowed
what?
them to see exactly where the other team was heading and what they were playing. Team Captain Woong, in particular, looked back at the screen on a number of occasions before recklessly altering his gameplay. Azubu Frost won the round, but an investigation by League of Legends developer Riot Games later determined that Woong clearly gained an unfair advantage by looking at the screens. He also shared the information
I mean, curiosity never killed anyone, but it definitely gets you out of tournaments, that's for sure.
with his team, which led them to certain victory. For this unsportsmanlike behavior, Azubu Frost was fined 20% of their tournament winnings,
Damn.
costing them a grand total of $30,000.
Holy
Ouch.
shit.
Right in the wallet. With the sheer amount of cheating going on in gaming these days, it's unsurprising to see a whole slew of gamers accused of being dirty hackers. Sometimes
dude.
these simply stay as accusations, with
Weirdest
no
AI
definitive proof either
generated
way.
thing ever.
To that end, I present you with some inconclusive examples of potential villains. Let me know what you think of each of them down below. Ghost Marjan is a member of Atlanta-based gaming organization Ghost Gaming. As a pro player, she often streams her matches online, and viewers immediately found her gameplay to be suspect.
Some people are just this good. I'm telling you, there are just some people who are that good. Some people are just naturally this good. Right? I'm not defending nor saying here or there, but some people are just naturally good.
I mean, come on. Some of those clips are just too wacky for me. I reckon she's definitely cheating. Comments on the upload these clips were
The
fee too
fact
wacky
that
for
when
me.
she was spraying right here,
I mean, come on. Some of those clips are just too
Right
wacky
here,
for
she was
me.
missing?
I reckon she's definitely cheating. Comments on the upload these clips were featured in share the sentiment. People ain't buying this. And she's not alone. This is Careless Kitty, another
Careless
streamer
Kitty
who's
too?
garnered
Dude.
a lot of attention.
never mind. I'm
For all the wrong reasons.
Because if I say something, I'm simping, but if I don't say something, I feel like I should. Okay, SCG is really good. UAV, it's pinging in the map. It's pinging on the map. Watch. Kills this guy, pings. It's hard to tell because it's still at 180 or 1080p, but you can see where it's pinging to, so you can figure out where they're at. There's no way you're telling me that they're cheating.
Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Go get hunting.
You heard it. It's not cheating.
I mean, that's some dodgy gameplay, right? But for every comment pointing out her potential hacking,
Oh
there's a
my
whole
god,
load
some
of
people just don't
simps
know how to
glazing
play.
her. Is she really cheating? Why does her gameplay look so suspicious?
People just don't know how to play the game. When you kill someone in Resurgence, or well, mainly Resurgence, it pings off where the enemies are at, and you can figure it out. And then if you have really good headphones and you turn on some certain audios, you can hear a little bit better.
Suspicious is she single?
Oh my god.
Perhaps we'll never know. Another player who's been repeatedly accused of cheating is Omit Selly. In fact, if you Google her name, the second result is a Reddit post doing exactly that. Take a look at some of her
What?
gameplay presented by Guardian TrueSight, a program that can supposedly detect hacks. The system apparently analyzes aim consistency, crosshair movement, and the areas
though.
targeted on the enemy players. TrueSight
Shows up.
goes frame by frame in search of suspicious behavior, flagging any abnormalities it comes across. Basically, looking at the display on the left, we can see that the system is detecting low levels of entropy or randomness. It's in the red. If there was no suspicious activity to be found, this would be bright green.
Problem is, it could be latency issues.
All human
Just
input
putting
has
it
a
out there.
degree of randomness, so this would indicate that Selly is using some sort of hack to refine aim and or movement. If someone's aim is too smooth, too consistent, or too precise, the system will flag it, like here. However, it's worth noting
this
that the
true?
video
I don't
analyzing
know.
Selly's gameplay has since been privatized, bringing the allegations into question. Now, I know that the TrueSight overlay is flagging sus activity, but
It
I'm
seems
not
normal.
100%
It wall
convinced
banged.
on this one. Maybe, but I am convinced that Rockma is hacking. Oh wait, hold on guys. Her YouTube bio specifically says she likes to think she's not hacking. That's fair enough then.
Okay.
In fact,
Suspicious.
she brings up the fact that she's absolutely super definitely not cheating all the time. On X, in YouTube titles, while streaming, is constant. He thinks the lady doth protest too much.
That's aimbot.
It's incredible how often she mentions cheating. It could be some kind of an attempt to build controversy, and by extension her brand, or she could really be hacking.
I think people who don't know how to play the game properly and don't know how to utilize their map with their UAV and whatnot are the ones who will always say someone's cheating when they don't know how to do the game. And Call of Duty has made it so simple now where you can figure out if they were or not, watch the replay, look at the side of the screen. And it's up to people if they really want to look at it.
I'm going with the latter.
I mean, with showing that because of the names going through, obviously it's going to be cheating, but I'm neither here nor there. Don't
I'm going
take
with the
away
latter. Even though
words out of
Fortnite
context.
is one of the biggest video games in the world, it still suffers from its fair share of bugs. While exploiting these bugs is generally frowned upon, abusing them in professional matches or tournaments is obviously a dumb move. But not obvious enough for pro Fortnite player Marky Lokuras. During the 2019 ESL Katowice Royale Fortnite tournament, which had
That
a
was a
grand
mouthful.
prize of $500,000, the professional Team Heretic player was reduced to 0 hit points, but thanks to a bug, he wasn't eliminated and quickly discovered he could keep playing.
What?
Now, he should have alerted the administrator to the error, but instead he exploited the bug and waited to be revived by his teammates. But when his teammates asked him what had happened, he did this.
Nice.
So it's clear he knew he'd done something wrong, but he was trying to avoid being detected. Eventually,
Jail
the admin
time.
spotted what he'd done and asked him to leave. But unbelievably, Marky refused.
But give me a reason. Yeah, I need a reason.
After stalling for as long as he could, he was finally convinced to leave his terminal and was disqualified from the tournament. But this incident sparked a huge debate online.
Okay,
Technically,
dude.
it was a glitch, so it wasn't like Marky had purposefully engineered the
True,
cheat. But
very
being
true.
a pro player, he really should have known better than to try and exploit it. Ultimately, he didn't face any kind of punishment aside from being disqualified. Seems kind of lame to me, especially considering that Epic have shown their willingness to ban players for abusing bugs in the past. Sure, this example involves a bug that lets you hide under the map, but the principle is the same. Was he spared because he's a pro?
But if it's a
Is there
glitch,
corruption at
why
Epic?
are you getting penalized
Do
for
you
it?
think that judgment was fair?
No.
Let me know down in the comments.
It was not.
Every year, Chess.com hosts the Pog Champs Charity Tournament, a place for your favorite influencers to battle it out on the chess field. Or would that be chess it out on the battlefield? Huge names like Critical, Pokimane, and even Tyler 1. One more obscure
Editor
creator
warning?
involved in the 2025 tourney was one Dr. Lupo.
Lupo?
A pretty standard streamer. He plays Fortnite, Fall Guys, basically whatever's popular at any given time. What he doesn't play, though, is chess. What could possibly go wrong? On April 30th, Lupo went head-to-head with Pokemon player Wolfie VGC, who was considered a much better player. See, instead of ranks, Chess.com utilizes an ELO system, with each player assigned a score based on their previous performance. The bigger the number, the better you're supposed to be. So when
was this where he was playing it with a computer and acting as if he was Wolfie and the computer was trying to be him? Oh, I remember. Okay, it's coming back.
Lupo, with a paltry 650 ELO, faced down Wolfie's 1347, it seemed the outcome would be obvious. With such a huge difference in ELO, and given that Wolfie had been on a roll in the tournament so far, fans were certain that Lupo was going to lose. And to begin with, that seemed to be exactly what was happening. He lost his queen early on in the game, and for those unaware, the queen is pretty important.
OP.
But suddenly, as if some kind of switch had been flipped, Lupo began playing like a world champion. He made 26 significantly perfect moves in a row, pushing Wolfie right back into a corner and ultimately beating him despite the odds. But even though he made so many perfect moves, he made a few seemingly stupid errors. Fans were immediately suspicious. How did Lupo not see any of the opportunities to take Wolfie's vulnerable queen, but also somehow pull off a rook lift, a super high-level maneuver that I'd never even heard of?
What?
I'm sure you know how. Bro was cheating. He stood accused by viewers of using a chess engine, a computer program designed...
Chess engine, or was he playing as black and letting the computer go first kind of thing?
To analyze current game states and pump out those perfect moves. He really did flick a switch, only it was to turn on his cheats. Of course, Lupo denied these accusations outright.
People coming in saying that you cheated against the wolf guy, okay? I got another guy on YouTube as well saying I cheated. What I missed, who called Lupo a cheater? Probably Wolfie's chat. He said, I looked at my left...
I mean, when people are good at something, obviously the other person, if they're streaming or whatever, is going to come in and be like, hey, you're cheating, you're cheating. Oh, it's a cycle.
Left side every time before making a move. The impulse of looking at chat. Oh, okay, dude. I don't know, man. Hey, Chess Kryptonite on the YouTube side. Listen, man. If you want, you can watch back through. That's fine, dude. People are saying he's looking at his left monitor. I naturally just... Here, I can even hit the button for you. This is what my monitors look like, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I beat your boy.
Right. Well, whatever you say, buddy. Doubling down, Lupo even recorded a call with Wolfie himself to try to evade suspicion.
But I think this is probably why people are...
Yeah. No, I saw that too.
No, it's true for what's worth. Like,
I did 26 in a row. I was talking out on stream. Like I didn't have chat up, and I can show, like, I don't know if you probably don't have my stream up right now. But this window right here is where chat is. But I minimized those when we were playing, and instinctively I just look at that monitor because that's where chat always is all the time. And so it's like, yeah, that was the one game that happened.
He acknowledges somehow making 26 perfect moves in a row. He also acknowledges continually looking down at his second monitor before claiming that there was nothing to it. Now, I don't care how used to reading chat you are, nobody would stare at a blank screen like that. Later that day, Lupo tweeted that he was dropping out of the tournament to help maintain competitive integrity. He claimed that, actually, he had watched the main PogChamp stream on his second monitor, allowing him to gain extra info on his competitors. So he lied?
I mean...
Well, at least he came clean, though, right? And dropping out sure was noble.
He had more integrity to say he at least was doing it, while other people we watched throughout this entire thing haven't even said that they were cheating or not.
Then, not even 30 minutes later, Chess.com themselves tweeted that Lupo had actually been disqualified for his cheating. He didn't step down gracefully.
Interesting.
What's more, he didn't even tell the truth about how he cheated. The next day, he came on X confirming that, yes,
the chess computer, I knew it.
Cheat, and yes, he did lie to Wolfie on stream.
What ended up happening, I betrayed the trust of the chess community. I betrayed the trust of my chat, and I lied directly to Wolf, and so if for some reason you see this, I'm sorry. I got caught in a fight or flight moment and panicked.
What
A lot
piece
of people
work.
would, to be
The best
honest.
part,
He's not the
he
only
blamed the whole
one.
misdeed on his mental health and claimed that he was starting therapy. My brother, you cheated in virtual charity chess and it sent you to therapy. You're a moist towelette of a man.
I think some of these people that this guy was commentating on, he has something against him. I don't know what it was, but it was how it sounded, and I think he just has something against him. But maybe that's just me. I don't know which one of these was worse, but I think they're all pretty equal in my opinion.